Welcome, sweet friends, to the channel Frugal Money Saver. My name is Emmy. My husband is Paul. We're so happy you have joined us today. First off, we want to welcome all the new subscribers that have been joining our channel. We are thrilled to welcome you to our Frugal family. We are so close to 45,000 subscribers. For every 5,000 subscribers, we do a giveaway. So as soon as we hit that 45,000 mark, which I think is going to be super quick, we are going to do another really fun giveaway. Today's video, we're going to share some old-time truth and wisdom in regards to credit cards. Now, this is not a credit card shaming video by any means. We have credit cards, we do use credit cards, but we want to make sure you're understanding everything there is to know about your credit card. Going back to the 1930s, as Paul and I were doing our research, there was a type of credit card. It was called a charge plate. It looked like an old-fashioned army dog tag with the person's name and address on it. And local department stores in the 30s would issue you these, and you could use them as like a charge card. The 1950s Diners Club was introduced. 1958 was American Express. So this has just progressed through the years. And going back to ancient times, there were manuscripts found with IOUs on them. So the idea of charging is not something new. So let's use some old-fashioned wisdom and look at the fine print and the real truth about the credit cards we're all using. Number one, so many businesses now are upcharging for you to use your credit card. Restaurants, gas station, convenience stores, when you go to check out at a restaurant, they can have a piece of paper that's this tiny telling you that there is a 3% upcharge for using a credit card and not paying in cash. All the gas stations here in our area, and I'm hearing more and more throughout the country, posting prices for cash, and when you get to the pump, there's a higher price for charging your gas. This is becoming more and more common. So right there off the bat, they are charging you more to use a credit card for everyday purchases. Now, as far as food stores are concerned, there is no upcharge to use a credit card at a food store. And if you're just starting out and you think a credit card is a good idea, then what I would tell you to charge is something like food if you're trying to establish a credit rating for yourself. Just use the credit card in grocery stores where there is no upcharge, and it probably will be a low enough amount every month if you're just charging in grocery stores to establish a small credit history and keep your cost low. But as far as gas stations and restaurants and entertainment services, everybody now is charging you to use your charge card. The second thing I want you to be aware of, you've charged a certain amount, but all they're telling you you have to pay when you get your credit card is $10. That's it, a minimum payment. So you think, fantastic, that's all I'm going to pay. But now that unpaid part of your credit card that you haven't paid in full is going to start accruing interest charges. And you're going to notice your minimum payment is going up and up and up. Credit card companies want their money. You've borrowed something from them and they want it back. And if you're not going to pay it back right away, they're going to charge you interest on the money you still owe. And percentage rates are high. We're talking as high as 20, 30% on your unpaid credit card balance. So even though your minimum payment may start out as low, it's going to increase the longer it takes for you to pay back that credit card. Another aspect of your credit card that you may want to look into is, are you paying an annual fee just to have the credit card? What? Yes, so many credit cards ask you to pay them a fee every year just to use your card. Right off the bat, that is not the card for anyone. Anytime a credit card company asks you to pay a fee to use their card, run the other way. If you have to have a credit card, you get one that requires no annual fee. Don't ever pay an annual fee for your credit card. Now, a lot of credit cards come with some great rewards. They really do. We have one that gives us cash back. So that is a blessing. We get 2% when we use it at the food store. Another 2% when we buy gasoline with it, and eating out is like 3%. But wait a minute. So what happens if they're charging you an upcharge of 3% at the restaurant and you're getting 3% back? You haven't gotten your 3% back. Why not? Because the restaurant you just ate at charged you an extra 3% for using your card. The same with the gas stations. If they're upping your price to use the credit card at their gas pumps and you're getting, let's say, 2% back, guess what? You're not really getting 2% back, are you? Because you just had to pay extra to use your credit card. So these are all things in the past that used to be a great lure for credit cards. Oh, we're going to give you so much cash back. You're going to get this back. And in a lot of instances, that's still true. But you have to be careful now. Like we said, so many places are upcharging you to pay for your purchases with a credit card. Another trap that people can fall into is using one credit card to pay off another card. Do you remember the old saying, robbing Peter to pay Paul? Well, that's exactly what happens. It's cyclical. You pay off one card and now you have a higher balance on your other card. So the best way to avoid that, pay it back in full at the end of the month. How else do the credit card companies add to your monthly fee? Well, if you are late with a payment, you're going to get a late payment fee. You're a couple days late paying that credit card bill, guess what? Next month, you're going to notice an extra charge for a late fee. These are all really sneaky ways that your credit card bill gets higher and higher every month when you don't pay it off in full. Now, another one that while we were researching this, we just found out about that I didn't even know existed, is if you go over your credit card limit fee. How about that one? Your credit card limit is $3,000, but guess what? Because you tried to charge again and go over that $3,000 limit, they said, sure, we're going to let you. We'll give you another $200. And you go ahead now and charge that extra $200. You're going to now have an over your credit card limit fee. What? Yes. Even though they allowed you to go over that limit, they're now going to charge you extra for going over that limit. Are they smart or what? But guess what? You're smarter. You're smarter. You know your limit. Don't go over it. Don't play into this game with them. They are there to make money. That is what a credit card company does. It makes money. What's another fine print you may be missing on your credit card bill? Cash advance charges. I know a lot of people use their credit card to get cash advances. The problem with that is you are going to pay a heavy fee for taking that cash advance out. These are all simple strategies that we can avoid by using a credit card in the old-fashioned way. My parents had credit cards, but I will tell you what, they never missed paying that bill in full at the end of the month. And that is something they taught me early on. You borrow something from someone, you have to pay it back. And listen, you can take all the time you want, but the longer you take, the more money you're basically going to owe in the end. So now let's look at the positives of having a credit card, and there are positives. The number one advantage really is you're getting a 30-day interest-free loan if you pay it back in full at the end of the month. That is the key. The number one way your credit card is going to serve you is if you use it as a 30-day interest-free loan. Because if you pay it in full at the end of the month, all those other charges and hidden fees, well, they're not really hidden because they do tell you about it if you read through the pages, are not going to apply to you. You're not even going to have to worry about those. The point is, you charge what you can afford to pay in full at the end of the month. So sometimes that may mean you have to wait a month before getting new clothes or new shoes or going out to eat or going to the theater or whatever non-essential purchases may be on your credit card. Another great aspect, you get incredible customer protection. I know we do. If you get charged twice at a store, they're great about handling that. There are warranties on products you buy with the credit card we have. Another great aspect of a credit card, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, is it helps you to build a really good credit score. By getting a credit card with a low limit, you don't need millions of dollars on your credit card, and paying it off every month in full helps you to establish a great credit score. When you get that good credit score, when you apply for a mortgage or you apply for a car loan to buy a car or some kind of major purchase, your interest rate will be lower because they know that you are good at paying back your debts. That's what banks want to see when they go to give you a loan for a mortgage or they go to give you a loan for a car payment. They want to see that you're going to be faithful in paying that loan off every single month like you promised them to do. That's another great way that a credit card can be beneficial if you're paying it off every month in full. So let's take some of that old-fashioned wisdom we have learned from those who have gone before us and those who are here now so that you can live a debt-free life, because a debt-free life is within reach. It absolutely is. It's just a matter of scaling back, being patient, paying off those bills, and keeping that positive attitude moving forward. So the next time you go to charge something and you possibly don't have the money to pay it at the end of the month, rethink that charge. And another thing that we're really going to emphasize again in this video is keeping an expense tracker every time you charge something. We did a whole video on this last week, keeping track of your expenses. But what I really want to encourage you with, if you don't keep an expense tracker, please at least keep track of what you're putting on your credit card, because it adds up quickly. And if we don't have those funds at the end of the month to pay in full, then we are going to have to revisit a lot of those things we talked about earlier in the visit. Those interest charges, those late fee charges, and you don't want to have to pay more than you intended to pay. So we hope this was encouraging. We hope it was helpful. Again, there's no credit card shaming here. There's no shame in coming out of credit card debt. If anything, I want to high five you. I want to 10-5 you. Is that a thing? I want to say, yes, you can do this. Congratulations. We're so darn proud of you. There is no shame in any of this. There is just our constant encouragement That's what we hope we convey when we share these type of videos with you. We hope this video was encouraging. We hope it was helpful. Today's question of the day. We need you to leave this down in the comments section because I know this is going to be so helpful to not only us, but our viewers. What is some good old-fashioned wisdom and truths that you live by today? Something that has been passed down to you, something that you've just learned recently that you apply to your everyday lives, and it helps you, it encourages you, it keeps you focused on your frugal journey. Please share it down below. I know it will help us all so much, and we thank you for that in advance. Getting back to that old-fashioned frame of mind, the money-saving truths and the money-saving wisdoms of those that have succeeded in business, that have lived frugally but are really millionaires. These are the type of realities we need to live by today. So we thank you again for being with us. We ask that you stay safe. We ask that you be well. And above all, we wish you blessings. Until our next video, may God bless you. And please, if you would be so kind, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Have a great week. We'll see you on Friday.